Hello and welcome. In this lesson, we'll be looking at the following: how to say and write the C add2 chord, explore the character of the C add2 chord, and finally, how to style the C add2 chord. Don't forget to snag your free 100-day practice challenge. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a lesson. Once this lesson is over, I want to really encourage you to try and improvise a few of your own chords, start adding different melodies so you could play whatever comes to your heart. So for example, take some of the popular ways that we've talked about and start adding a melody. I want to talk to you a little bit about moving beyond the basic triad. Now, when we add the add C, I want you to think of it as a sweetener, a type of flavor enhancer. And by adding a second to the chord, it somehow sounds sweeter. So when you're styling the C add2, feel free to leave out the root of the chord in your right hand, especially if you're playing your left hand of the root of the chord like I did before. I'm going to play this for you, and I want you to see if you can see how this sounds sweet. Now, in my ear, that sounds really sweet, it sounds very playful, and I would not want to add the root because it would just muddy up the sound. The add2 is not only for C, you can also use the add2 to different chords. And in this example, we're going to be looking at how you can now add this to a G chord. For a quick review, the G chord is simply a G, B, and D. That's the G chord, very simple. But we're going to add the 2, and I'm actually going to move it down to the lower octave. So the notes I'm going to play for the G add2 are going to be A, B, and D. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did with inverting the C add2. So I have my notes A, B, and D. I'm going to throw that A up on top, and now I have first inversion. Oh, it's so beautiful. And now I'm going to throw that B on top, but I'm going to add even one further flavor. So let's do that part first. So I have D, A, and B. And I'm going to add that octave. So beautiful. And then if you want, you can just simply go back down and play it in the second inversion in the lower octave. So the notes in the G add2 in the second inversion are A, B, D. I think by now you're getting the idea that you can up-level your add2 chords in so many different ways. I want to show you some of the popular ways. Now, there are many, many different ways to style the G add2 chord for your left hand. But what I want to share with you is just a way of inspiring you to start improvising and creating and arranging your own music. So in this example, I'm actually going to be playing my add2 chords in my left hand, which we haven't done so far in this lesson. And in my right hand, I'm simply going to play the root G of the chord, just again to give it a little bit more of a rounded feeling. So the first example, it's pretty straightforward. We're just playing the root, and then we're going to play the add2. Now we're going to play that same idea, but we're going to change it rhythmically. In this next example is where we now are going to break up the add2 chord. As of now, we've been playing it in a blocked form, more or less. Sometimes we've taken out some of the notes, but in this example, we're still playing the add2, but we're going to arpeggiate it. And I want you to think about it as rolling, as a wave in the ocean. And then we can play the same idea of breaking up the chord, a very rolling, flowing feeling. And all we're going to do is we're just going to change and tweak that pattern a little bit. So I'm still playing the add 2, which is the A, but I'm just playing it on the third beat or a different beat in the measure. We've done all these beautiful things with our add 2 chords in G, and I want to give you just a few more examples. Now, this is the first time that we're actually going to be breaking up the add 2 chord in a different octave with our left hand. So I'm still going to play the root chord of G in my right hand, but this time I'm going to start on that lower G, and I'm actually going to play that add 2 chord on the second beat. Did you hear that? So beautiful, right? Again, I'm going to start with the lower octave, and this time I'm going to play something similar, but again, I'm going to tweak that rhythm. I want to give you as many viable options as I can to inspire you. So in that instance, I played the add 2 twice. Let me play that one again for you. In these last two examples before we talk about improvisation, again, we're just breaking up that octave and we're going back to playing the add 2 in its root position. So we're going to play 1. But this time we're going to break that chord up. So listen. Congratulations, you've completed this lesson. See you in the next lesson.